our design. And so on the technology side, we have both proprietary software that makes things more efficient for veterinarians, and we pass those cost savings down to patients and pet parents that are paying out of pocket. We don't want crazy veterinary bills to be coming into our future. And then on the design side, our clinics are built from the ground up. And so when your pet enters our practices physically, what they'll experience is an area of comfort where they can they will get delivered the best treatment options and have the best team supporting them through being sick, which isn't easy for pets.
Mo, it sounds, I'd say, not dissimilar, I suppose, from the City MD model. And I think a lot of people in the area may be somewhat familiar with how that works, especially as it pertains to their own health and wellness, their concerns of their four-legged friends aside. Is that sort of how you view it? And why did you feel as if that was the best model for you to take this vision forward with?
Yeah, we draw a lot of inspiration from our human health colleagues, and City MD is definitely one company that has proven a source of inspiration for us. And what we love about CityMD is the convenient care that they offer. And so you can be sick and literally walk outside and walk into a CityMD. We're looking to provide that same type of convenience for your pets. Other companies that we draw inspiration from include One Medical. What we love about One Medical is their emphasis on technology and the fact that you can log into an app, which we have as well, and text with veterinarians, text with other medical professionals, and get quick answers to questions that come up.
Finally, there have been unique challenges on everyone, every family during the pandemic, Mo, and that certainly includes for pet owners. What have you seen and heard from people in the space with regards to how challenging 2020 has been?
As we're spending more time with our pets at home, we think that you need different ways of obtaining answers and further emphasis on pet health. We notice different things that are happening because we're spending more time at home with our pets. And so what Bond Vet aims to do is offer different platforms like a telehealth platform, like the ability to text and email. What we love about the way that pets and pet parents are interacting now is we've seen that human-animal bond increase. And so examples of that we're seeing from our clients include the adoption of new puppies and kittens. And people are looking for alternative ways of obtaining companionship, especially as they can't go out in the same way. And we see pets as being a really important part of life, and we're really fortunate to be there to answer any pet health questions.
Mo, really appreciate you taking the time. Mo Poonjeni, co-founder and CEO of Bond Vet. My special thanks to you. Congratulations to you and the team. Very impressive round of funding there, and I'm sure we'll continue the conversation in the future.
Full speed ahead for President-elect Joe Biden's transition.
Biden and his team racked up more legal and procedural victories tonight. The biggest coming tonight as the General Services Administration officially signed off on his transition. KCAL 9 political reporter Tom Waite live in the newsroom now to explain all of the day's big developments. Tom?
Hi there, Juan and Pat. Well, tonight, President Trump still not conceding, even after his own appointee has authorized the official transition. And in Michigan and Pennsylvania, Biden also scored major victories. Tonight, the Biden transition deadlock appears to be over. Emily Murphy, who heads up the once little-known General Services Administration, sent this formal letter to President-elect Joe Biden's team, signing off on the official transition from President Trump to Mr. Biden. The unprecedented delay in allowing the transition to proceed raised major concerns. Former LA County Supervisor and political analyst Zev Yaroslavsky.
This is unprecedented in modern times. There's never been this kind of a lack of cooperation. I mean, it's pretty clear that he's not even going to show up for the inauguration.
Murphy claims in the letter she was not pressured by President Trump to withhold the official transition apparatus.
No, she didn't do this on her own. You know, I've been around long enough to know, and we've all been around long enough to watch how this guy operates.
With the sign-off, the Biden team will now have access to critical resources.
It's to basically have the incoming administration get familiar with what the outgoing administration has been doing so that on January 20th at 12 noon, there can be a seamless transition from one to the other.
Moments after the letter became public, President Trump tweeted, "I want to thank Emily Murphy at GSA for her steadfast dedication," and goes on to say, "Our case strongly continues. We will keep up the good fight." The GSA's announcement came shortly after Michigan certified its vote, officially making Joe Biden the winner of the state's 16 electoral votes.
We have a duty to certify this election based on the return.
The Trump campaign is still fighting in Pennsylvania, despite a federal judge dismissing its lawsuit this weekend in a scathing opinion, writing, quote, "This claim, like Frankenstein's monster, has been haphazardly stitched together."
Now we're beginning to look like we're a banana republic. It's time for them to stop the nonsense.
President-elect Biden's team has not been waiting for the GSA. They rolled out his national security team tonight, notable for their diverse personal backgrounds, but also with something in common. They all served under President Obama.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the State Department.
Topping the list, longtime aide and diplomat Tony Blinken, who was nominated for Secretary of State. He spoke with CBS News anchor Margaret Brennan earlier this year.
On day one, what does the first foreign policy priority become?
I think there's going to be a premium on international leadership, international cooperation, international coordination.
Biden is also nominating Alejandro Mayorkas for Homeland Security Secretary. Born in Cuba, Mayorkas grew up in LA and attended UC Berkeley and Loyola Law School. He's a former Obama administration official and first Latino American of Cuban descent nominated to lead the department. Mr. Biden has signaled he intends to hit the reset button when he takes office, rejoining the Paris Climate Agreement, the World Health Organization, and the Iran nuclear deal.
There's been some damage done that is going to take some time to dig ourselves out of.
And other historic picks include two firsts for women. Janet Yellen expected to be the next Treasury Secretary, and Avril Haines is Biden's pick to lead the intelligence community. Live in the newsroom, I'm Tom Waite. Back to you.
Before Donald Trump was in the Oval Office, he was in business, every business.
Gentlemen, Oreo has rejected my bid, so we lick race for it, right here with double stuffed gold.
That's right. Our president likes his Oreos the way he likes his pants, double stuffed. So when Trump ran for president, it's no surprise that he saw dollar signs. During his campaign, candidate Trump paid businessman Trump nearly $12.5 million for expenses like airfare, office space, and meals. They even dropped $2 grand on Trump Ice, the only bottled water that's 100% Angus beef. The grift was going great until the unthinkable happened.
Donald J. Trump will become the 45th president of the United States.
Which was a problem, because the president's job is to protect and defend the Constitution or whatever, not to get rich. So Donald Trump selflessly promised the nation that he would give it all up.
My two sons are going to be running the company. They're not going to discuss it with me.
That's right. Trump would part with his precious businesses, and his only consolation, not having to talk to his sons. But much like those folders, Trump's promise proved to be empty.
The president-elect has decided he will not sell his assets or place them in a blind trust.
That's where things get conflicts of interest.
As president, he's been steering government money to his own companies for the entire time. And that means then to his own pockets. He spends nearly every weekend, as you know, at one of his golf clubs. Secret Service, they don't stay for free. He charges them to stay there. Federal spending records show the taxpayers have paid Trump's businesses more than $900,000 just since he took office.
Getting paid for vacations? This dude's a damn Instagram model. According to Eric Trump, who is officially running the family business while daddy focuses on the good of the country, the Trump organization only charges the Secret Service,
we charge them like, $50.
Like $50 a night for a hotel room. But according to the receipts, the real bill is more than $650, which means they're either being way overcharged or there's one Secret Service agent who absolutely loves Toblerone. But upcharging suckers who have to stay at his property is one thing. The big bucks are in visitors who choose to stay there. Because You never know when lining the president's pockets might be the thing to get him to rewrite federal policy in your favor.
We know that foreign governments are spending money there in order to curry favor with the President of the United States.
The Philippines, Kuwait, the government of Saudi Arabia through its lobbyists paid for 500 nights and rooms. And we've seen corporate clients do it too. T-Mobile, which needs approval for a big merger from the Trump administration, they've spent more than $195,000 on the rooms there.
Yes, foreign governments and corporations are greasing the Trump's palms. And from the looks of it, greasing their hair and faces too. Of course, Trump isn't the only one winning here. The president's financial entanglements with foreign governments have given Americans something better than money, the opportunity to learn what the emoluments clause is.
Emolument is basically a payment.
Yes, according to so-called lawyers familiar with the so-called Constitution, receiving money or gifts from foreign governments is illegal. But on the other hand,
you people with this phony emoluments clause
can't argue with that. And even if Trump loses in November, he will still be the first president to literally rake in billions of dollars while serving in office. Never before has a living president earned this many dead presidents.
I'm really rich.
You certainly are now. And if the national economy is lying in ruins at his feet, at least Donald Trump finally found a business he could be successful at.
If you're smart and persevere, there's a good chance you'll come out on top.
Moviegoing is faltering as more theaters in the U.S. shut down virtually overnight amid an alarming surge in COVID-19 cases. Over the November 20th through the 22nd weekend alone, Blumhouse and Universal's body swap reboot Freaky came in at #1 with $1.2 million in its second outing. The showing was by far one of the lowest chart-topping grosses of all time, especially for the weekend before Thanksgiving, which is usually one of the most lucrative weekends of the year for moviegoing. Usually, the film is